Hello, my name is Sandra. I'd like to talk about what I learned and some thoughts after taking the public speaking course during this summer. Actually, there are 3 points I want to mention. First, how my gesture improved. Second, what should I continue working on to how to give a good speech. 3, I'm gonna talk about what and how I learned during the class and from making outlines. Okay, for my speaking gesture, in a lot of training times during the assignments and with the guidance of the professor, my gesture improved a lot. Because I can't match my hands well with my speech, but I understand that speech gestures can make it easier for the audience to understand and accept the speaker's meaning. So I really focus on this point and try to do a lot of practice, and I try to watch some good examples Prof gave in the video lectures to imitate. To be honest, in the first video assignment, I recorded it over and over again. Every time, I would review my gesture in the video to see whether it was nature or something like that. But now I'm so proud I can use natural gestures in my every presentation. For example, when I talk about the main points in my speech, I will use figure to point them out, or at the end, especially in the persuasive speech. I will extend my 2 hands to to show the audience my speech is over, and I want you guys to remember my speech contact like this. That's what I learned from the gestures. Okay, then I'd like to talk about how should I continue working on giving a good speech. So, I think it is necessary for me to focus on 2 points. First, using visual aids like slides and it can make my speech more engaging and help me to drive home important points. For example, when I talk about some statistical numbers or research, it's better to write down them, because the audience cannot always pay attention to my every sentence in my speech. So showing this in PPT can help them to understand it clearly. Then engage with my audience. It is important to engage with my audience during my speech. Make eye contact. If I lack eye contact, people will think it will be bored or something like that. They will be not passionate and do not want to listen to my speech carefully and ask them questions. I need to interact with my audience to make sure they follow me well. Okay, the last one is about what and how I learn from the class and from making outlines. This is the most important point I want to mention actually, because at the beginning of the course, in the introduction and the persuasive speech, I remember that I only got 65% around, I guess. I was surprised by the result and I was really worried about it. But after that, I tried to find the excellent outlines in your textbook and carefully read the professor's feedback. I found that it was lack of a good structure in my speech and some numbers, and I need to write down some numbers to make my outlines easier to see. The next time I got 95%, and I was praised by the professor for the feedback. At the time, I feel it is not as difficult as I think. Okay, in the end, I want to say thank you to my professor and to my TA. They helped me a lot in my course, in my study. They gave some very useful suggestions and feedback in every assignment. Although I finished this course, I will still keep practice in my speech. Thank you.